that works.
Okay, a little unfortunate start for the day. Remember how I needed a new lens cap for my thermal camera? And since they didn't sell it anywhere, since it's so small and obviously specialized, you guys suggested I get it 3D printed. So that's what I actually did. I found something online, it looked okay, brought it to a 3D printing shop, looked at it and like, yeah, you can print it. It'll probably take like a week or something like that. But to my surprise, they phoned me in one day and I was like, okay, great. So when I went there, they actually printed it out. Like it was this. So basically this end here, like the top of the hole, is supposed to go around the lens and then you're supposed to fold it up basically to close it. And he asked me ahead of time, like, you know, what kind of materials and all that. And for me, it's like, I don't know, you know, whatever works, right? He just asked me, do you intend to bring the camera outside and so forth? And I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, then he'll print it with whatever material this is, like plastic, whatever. So when I went to pick it up today, it actually couldn't fit, like this ring. And then afterwards, he looked at the file again that I basically sent him and he's like, okay, that guy used like some different material, I guess it's more flexible. So he's like, we'll have to do it again. I was like, what? You mean you have to pay for this again? So basically, he kind of ate the cost initially. He just says $1 more and then we can make it again. So basically, I have to wait again. My first experience with 3D printing, I guess you could say. And I was even asking if it's possible next time when he's actually doing it, can I actually film it? And he said, potentially, he just doesn't know when he actually has, I guess, the time, like after printing everyone else's stuff. So if I could, I'll basically film the whole thing. I think it'd be kind of cool just to see it print and all that. I guess the craziest thing I read today, talk about road rage. What is this all about? It just looks like a footage of someone outside smashing a bus with the glass and everything like that. And you can see everyone there just as shocked. And then as she's trying to drive away, I guess a Samaritan, she was standing in front of the car just to stop her from driving, I guess hopefully to hold her until the police comes. But I guess the lady's like, oh, I don't care. She basically just drives right through the guy, literally. And another crazy thing is this doesn't even happen once. Like hits the guy first, gets out, basically is trying to push him away, I guess you could say. And the guy comes back. She does it again, except this time almost in full speed. It's like, holy. Man, don't you think about the repercussions of what you're doing in that case? I don't care how mad or upset or whatever the situation was. That's crazy. Makes me wonder, like, is the punishment or whatever it is not harsh enough to convince a person not to do that with their vehicle? And I spent a lot of time just researching about the Mavic Gimbal, like that crack and stuff, going by what some of you guys are saying. Yesterday when I brought it home, I was actually just looking at it a bit more. Funny enough, when I opened it, basically the thing was so loose it looked like it's gonna come out, and eventually it did. So as you can see, basically it seems like it's just a cover for the wires. It doesn't seem like it's an essential part. But you can kind of see these screws that you can screw out and everything like that, so it made me wonder, could you actually just do this yourself based on some of the advice and stuff that you guys gave? I was actually surprised to see how common that issue is. So I was reading you guys' first solution, which was to get something about epoxy glue. Now I'm assuming, do you actually have to take it out usually to put that in, or is that meant as a filler, like to fill in the cracks? I guess in this case though, since it's actually literally split in half here, you'd have to unscrew the thing, right? So that made me wonder, is it actually that difficult to unscrew that? Based on what I see here, it almost looks like it's one little piece that you unscrew and screw back. So that led me to the other suggestion, which was to go to something like eBay and try to, I guess, find the parts. You guys were saying it should be about $50 or so. I did actually search very quickly and I found it right away. This is what the part looks like in terms of the cracked thing anyways. And according to this, it'll cost about $3 US. It has two little screw holes, so it looks like to me you should technically be able to just unscrew it and put it in, correct? Or should I go with the other route, basically try to unscrew it, glue it back, and then screw it back in? Again, the drone itself flies perfectly fine. You can control the camera like normal. It looks like basically that thing is to protect the wires, I guess, just from getting additional dust or whatever, like moisture. I'm thinking it's to protect it. So the only thing I'm wondering right now is how hard is it to actually unscrew this thing? Because some of you guys were even saying that crack is due to the screws being too tight. So could I technically unscrew this thing without actually having to take the whole gimbal apart, like from what I see here? Or is it just going to be too tight where you have to do that? Because that I would be a little paranoid about opening up. Whereas just to unscrew it as is there and to replace it with this, I'm thinking that is easy, correct? If this was a computer, I'd probably be like, yeah, okay, whatever, let's do it, let's unscrew it, put it in. But I've never done it for like a drone before, so it's making me a little bit paranoid since I don't have any practice or experience in opening up drones or any type of parts anyways. Thank you guys for all your fast response and tips too on potentially what to do to rectify this situation, so to speak. It's to show that it is indeed broken off. Alright, see you guys later.